Scratch already? You are very, very cool and interesting and exciting people. Who here has seen Scratch 2.0 already? Okay, does one of you want to come and do this presentation? Right, Scratch 2.0 allegedly out sometime this year. I'm wondering exactly whether they mean by the end of the calendar year or the academic year, but you never know. By Christmas, it may well be there for us to go and play with. There's an alpha release at the moment, which is looking really, really nice. One or two things to notice here. It's running in the browser. You don't need to download software to your computer. So, you turn up in school and say, let's do some programming. You go to a website and get started. Isn't that going to make things easier with network connections and all of that side of things? Another thing to notice, it's running in Flash. There are people around the room that are using devices which don't appear to use Flash. That huge set of iPads that you just purchased for your school, shame not to be able to do any Scratch on that. But you never know, HTML5 on the wish list. Let's have a look at one or two of the interesting things we can do here. The most exciting thing from a geeky computer science perspective is down the bottom. Do you see the little purple thing? More blocks. I was expecting more blocks. There are no more blocks. Oh, hold on. Make a block. Let us make a block. We're going to call this tree. And we're going to go in and set a couple of options here. I'm going to add one number and I'm going to add another. Oops, that was the wrong thing. Don't do live demos. Add another number. This one I'm going to call size. This one I'm going to call anybody? Depth. And we're going to click OK. So we've now got a new block. A block that Scratch never came with, and we can start saying what this block is going to do. So, let's have a look. What shall we make this block do? Well, first things first, if I've got a tree with a depth bigger than 0, then do the rest. If depth is bigger than 1, 0, let's not worry too much. If depth is bigger than 1, then do something interesting. What will we make it do? We're going to make it move forward. We're going to make it move forward size steps. We're then going to make it turn through an angle of 15 degrees. 15 degrees is as good as any other. And then, let's make it do something really interesting. Another tree. What sort of tree? Well, obviously not such a deep tree. Obviously not such a big tree, but another tree nevertheless. So, tree with, oops, wrong thing, don't do live demos. Tree with size, which is a mere fraction of its former self. That's 70%, folks. A tree where its depth is 1 less than, oh. Don't do live demos on other people's computers, that's the reason. Where the depth is 1 less than we started. What shall we do to make it do then? Let us make it turn back through another angle. 35 degrees, why not? And then let's have yet another tree. Duplicate that bit, pop that in there, and get rid of that for the time being. Okay, not 0.7 this time, let's have that even smaller, 0.6 this time, still 1 less size than it was originally. I've turned right 15 degrees, left 35 degrees. What have I got to do to get me back to where I started? There are people who are not paying attention, I can tell. Okay. Well, if I turn back right another 20 degrees, I should be facing where I was at the beginning. I'm then going to need to move back to where I started. Operators here, move so many steps. Let's have move back minus size steps. And is that looking sensible? Not bad. Not bad. We'll see whether it works.
Well, it's a little bit.
Well, it's a little bit.
Yeah.
That bit?
Yeah.
Okay, do another tree.
Okay.
Yeah? So make a tree, make another tree, make another tree. Have you do you get broccoli at your school for lunch? Okay. Who here gets broccoli for school lunches? Have you ever looked at broccoli in detail?
Yes.
Do you notice that one bit of broccoli, much like another bit of broccoli?
Sometimes.
Yeah. If you look at broccoli really, really closely, it looks as though it's made up of other bits of broccoli. Does it not?
It does.
I'm not making this up, am I? Broccoli experts will agree with me. Good. Okay. Right. So with that in mind, is there anybody in the room who can tell what this is going to do yet?
It's going to make a tree.
It's going to make a tree. You got a clue there, didn't you? fractal tree. That's exactly where we're heading with this. So, what are we going to do here? Well, let's get the whole thing off the ground. The usual green hat sort of thing with scratch. We are going to clear the screen, pop the pen down, face north. Oh, there's somebody wanting to throw a camel at me. That's not fair. Point in the direction, straight up the screen, and then draw yourself a tree. How big? Oh, 100 to start with. Let's go for depth 7. Pop the little cat down here. I hate doing this without testing it first. Here we go. I would do something which is much more fun for children, but much less exciting from a EPCS point of view, and point out to you that, look, video, motion of this sprite. Allow use of the camera. Oh, it's not hello, everybody. And the cat can watch what's happening in the camera, and you can do the whole Microsoft Kinect Xbox thing by just waving your hands at the screen. I'm just going to wave my hands at the screen and say thank you very much.